Hello, Central Illinois. I lost my voice either in Champaign or Joliet or somewhere, so bear with me. The East Peoria Raiders baseball team capped off an amazing season with a third-place victory on Saturday. While that was the Raiders' final scheduled game, the team was right back at the Ball Diamond tonight. The East Peoria varsity team honoring their baseball buddy Oliver by attending his game tonight at Eastside Center. Oliver was the Raiders' biggest fan all year, not only attending all the games, but he was in on the team title photos. Tonight, he was shocked to see his high school heroes at his Little League game.
I like how they be nice and all those stuff.
What was your favorite part of the season?
When they made it to state.
It was just amazing to see him at every game. I mean, he was truly dedicated. Definitely our littlest, biggest fan. I mean, it was amazing. When we saw him up in the stands, it gave us all a sense of encouragement knowing that somebody cares that much about you.
And here's Oliver with a big base hit, the future East Peoria class of 2036 star, being cheered on by the best East Peoria team in over 50 years. That is awesome. The Tremont baseball team ended their season with a state championship win on Saturday. Tremont, too, a senior-dominated team, but this team was together for far more than 4 years. It was back in their Little League days that these Tremont players first realized they had state championship potential. The potential turned into reality Saturday on a special day in Champaign.
You know, I knew we had talent since we were 8, 9 years old, but finally being able to really display it in a fashion that I think everyone would like to see is amazing.
That's senior ace Chase Rhodes. Much more with Tremont coming up on Overtime. The National Championship of Golf begins this week in New York. Central Illinois is represented by Brandon Holtz. Holtz arrived at beautiful Shinnecock for U.S. Open practice this weekend. He played the Masters in April. Now he's excited to play another major, the U.S. Open.
It'll be different. You know, the Masters just has a different feel, I guess, just because of the exclusivity. But I'm in Long Island and the Hamptons in New York. You know, like I never thought I'd be there for sure.
And we'll have full U.S. Open coverage all weekend on NBC. The basketball world is still buzzing about the New York Knicks. What a playoff run by the Knicks in general and Jalen Brunson in particular. Brunson dominated the NBA Finals just like he dominated IHSA March Madness State Finals back in 2015. That year, Brunson had 30 points in the state title game as his Stevenson High team beat Normal Community to win the 4A state title. Ironman coach Dave Witzik has lots of flashbacks of that game watching this year's NBA playoffs.
Yeah, it was our one glimpse of being with someone famous who ended up being an unbelievable player. And I'm happy for the Knicks. I'm happy for him. Happy for an Illinois kid doing great things in the NBA.
We'll hear more from Coach Witzik and share more of those remarkable Brunson High School highlights. That story's coming up tomorrow on 25 News. Another Illinois high school basketball legend, Hall of Fame Bloomington Central Catholic coach Jo Bowers, just celebrated her 90th birthday. And she did so in typical Jo Bowers fashion. She was on the move. She celebrated with a bike ride with 3 of her great friends. Yes, even now at age 90, she's pedaling hard at life and winning the battle. Great to see Coach Bowers celebrating that 90th birthday in her active lifestyle.
I do try to take care of myself physically, you know, with regular exercise and a variety of things like tennis and golf and our bike rides and walking, stretching, that kind of stuff.
She's a rock star. She's a great athlete. She's a blast to be around and a good friend to all of us.
She is 100% a rock star. Happy birthday to a Central Illinois pioneer in women's sports.